All right. If you haven't already, you should have gone to Edmodo and you should have downloaded the guided, the draft drug worksheet document. All right. And it would make sense for both of you to have a copy of this. So even if only one of you have downloaded it, the other one can download it as well, because you can work on the same document but work on different questions. So maybe Jeffrey does questions 1 through 3 and Grace does questions 4 through 5. All right. I am not going to collect this Word document. This Word document is just a place for you guys to go ahead and put your work in it, spell check it, answer the questions, get the content for your glog, and then you can go ahead and put it into your Glogster. All right. So once you've downloaded it to your home directory and saved it, you'll get a document that looks like this. This is the basic information that your glog should have. You can put more information in it too. It doesn't have to be related to just this. So you should have the name of your drug, the definition of the drug. And what I mean by the definition of the drug is, an example, what is tobacco? And then you'll type in, maybe this is the heading for that box in Glogster. Tobacco is a substance that, and then you go ahead and tell me about tobacco. How was this particular drug put into your body? What are the active ingredients in the drug? What chemicals are in the substance? Okay. For example, here's what I mean by this. What is the drug in tobacco? That again could be your heading for that particular text box in Glogster. The history of the drug. Here's the important stuff: the short-term effects, the long-term effects, symptoms or signs of withdrawal, statistics or interesting facts about the drug. These statistics could include excuse me, the age of the users, percentages of abuse, death rate, how old is the average person when they start them, and it could be other facts. You might find facts that are completely different than the ones here. This is just a basic outline. I can't say this enough. Your Glogster should have more than this information in it. You should answer these questions and include more. And then, is the drug addictive? If so, how addictive is it? And then, how does media, commercials, and advertisements and internet affect use? We saw a perfect example of that with K2 and Spice. K2 and Spice does not need to be advertised on TV. K2 does not have to have advertisements in the way of signs. How does K2 get advertised? By kids on YouTube. That's how it spreads so fast through our country. So here's an example of social media, stuff you learn about in 21st century technology, affecting the sale and distribution of a very, very terrible drug. Okay? So these are the things you need to be thinking about. These questions, some of them might be hard to answer, okay? But do the best that you can. Once you've completed this Word document, what I want you to do then is to go into Glogster. And I have a class project called PSA Starter. There's another one that says Drug PSA as well. When you click on this, I am giving you a very ugly, bare bones PSA. This is what's called a template. I say PSA, a glog. This is a template. You'll open it up and you'll click on the edit button and you will be able to edit this template. Okay? It'll prompt you to save it when you're done. So what I've basically done is kind of given you some information that you can kind of look at to see what types of features Glogster can help you communicate your information. You will not get to this today. Many of you won't get this till tomorrow. That's fine. But I want to go through a couple of basic things here. I don't expect you to use these. I intentionally made ugly polka dot backgrounds, pink that doesn't match, and there's no wall background at all. Okay, so I'm expecting that you teach this, but change this. But I want you to notice that I've lifted the information off of my worksheet. Definition of the drug, what is tobacco? So I basically pulled this off of here. Okay, you can cut and paste from here as well. You should be paraphrasing and summarizing. You shouldn't be putting in exact words here, so kind of put it into your own words. The reason I want you to use Word is you can spell check. You can use the grammar and features and all of that to make sure it's all solid. So once you've done that, and I know it's been a while since you've used Glog, let me show you how the text boxes work. You have themes, and you have a theme for like the basic theme, okay? You have a cute theme. This is the one I need to use because there's not enough cuteness in my life. All right. When you go to the cute theme, you have bubbles, stickers, and titles. A lot of you didn't catch on to this last time, okay? So these themes all go together. So here's the titles. You click on it, you click use it, and it'll come in perhaps in the background, maybe up on the top. Let me see where to go. Let me try it again. There we go. It moved that time. So it's right underneath this. So there's the title. Now, following that theme, if I want to go ahead and put in some speech bubbles, here's the speech bubbles that go along with that theme. Okay? These are little thought bubbles. Come on. Yeah, pressing it harder does not work on a computer. Just break it. There we go. So there's a bubble. And then if for stickers, stickers tend to be a little bit bigger. Some of you didn't pick up on that. Sometimes it's very confusing and cumbersome to have those scroll bars on the side for text, and you get 1 or 2 or 3 words in there. These give you a little more room to write. If you poke around in here, sometimes you can find a pretty decent sized one here. That one's going to be smaller. So you can make it bigger. However, you have to mess around with the font size. Sometimes it's nice just to have the biggest one possible. So you guys get the idea. So here's how you set your boxes up. Now, I've only given you a couple of the headings. Okay? Definition of a drug. Example, what is tobacco? So you should have, really, what you should have here is, you need to click on it, you go into edit. You should have your work should look like this. What is tobacco? And then you explain to me what tobacco is underneath it and click OK. Now, if you want to get fancy, instead of making this the title, you can do things like adding a text box and picking a sticker, one that you like. Let's go here. I'm looking for a narrow one. Instead of using I'm just going to pick one at random here. Instead of using the titling, all right, here's this. This isn't going to work. I'm going to grab this one. Slide it up. If you want to make this a title box, definition, and then we'll change the size of it. And I'm going to go through all of the ways to edit this next week. Okay? Here's the definition. Oops, too big, too small. One more little notch down. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then here I'm going to take definition. I'm going to twirl it. And I can layer it on top and make it look like that. All right? So there's different ways you can do this. But this is the basic part that you guys need to work on for the rest of tomorrow. And I doubt many of you will get to the actual Glogster part. But you should be able to fill all of this in.